For 100 years, the name Adath Jeshurun has been symbolized by a growing community of people sustained in religious faith and united in humanitarian fellowship. As the house of worship, as a place of faith, Adath today embodies a blend of its Orthodox heritage and contemporary traditions. It perpetuates historical values while responding to the needs of its congregants. It was 1884 when 4 members of the Jewish community, H. Goldblum, A. Album, D. Cohn, and S. Gittleson, incorporated the society, then called Adath Jeshurun. From these humble, almost unnoticed beginnings would the spirit and place of Adath bloom. That 100 years later, more than 4,000 people would say, "Here is my synagogue. Here is our signature to the world. We're who we are, and we are here. We stand for something special. Come, be part of us." Adath was then formed by a group of people who had a vision of what it was to become. They were a people influenced by and responding to world cultural, social, political, and economic forces arising during the third quarter of the 19th century. The year 1884. Technological achievements. A year of cultural riches, a time of growth in human and constitutional rights, the beginnings of Jewish migration to America. It has been written then that 1884 constituted a pivotal year for the world, technologically, politically, economically, and culturally. It has been written that 1884 was a year of self-definition. It was a year of commitment, a year for creating new lives, new beginnings, new places, new destinies. 1884 was a year of dedication, a dedication toward the human ideal of self-expression. It was a year of starting anew. It was also a year of retaining the old. It was a year in which people dedicated themselves to the retention and perpetuation of spiritual ideals, cultural traditions and social heritage, indeed special and unique in the world community. In 1932, the name Adath Jeshurun was reaffirmed in the name Adath Jeshurun. Adath symbolized community, and Jeshurun, one of the biblical names for the Jewish people. It would symbolize strong, brave of heart, and pure. Truly, here was a synagogue of people, a community of individuals who sincerely cared for one another. Truly, they were the disciples of Jeshurun. They were strong and they were righteous. Indeed was it so in 1884, in 1932, and it continues today in 1984. 100 years of history has created for the people of Adath an institution of permanency, rooted in spiritual resources, enduring in family guidance, a leader in the community of cities, and a center for living. Ours is a synagogue of the educated. Ours is a synagogue of the informed. Ours is a synagogue of people who listen and serve, who receive and who give. Ours is a synagogue of people who support all that is good. Adath seeks to symbolize more than providing mere residence for the body. Truly, it is an axis of the heart. Our synagogue represents more than imposing building, mortar, glass, and stone. Our synagogue symbolizes the determination, the energy, the drive of a people to preserve a heritage, both spiritual and human. Adath provides a multitude of experiences and events which, when viewed in perspective, group into three areas. Foremost, Adath is symbolized as a house of worship. It is a place of faith. It is our spiritual center. Secondly, Adath is a school. Within its walls, and as its people reach out into the community, the synagogue creates a vehicle for the instruction and preservation of a spiritual heritage. As a school, the congregants of Adath generate a learning ground of instruction for the contemporary application of its historical principles. Third, Adath is a community-oriented social service center. Through a variety of offerings, the people of Adath provide social and cultural enrichment for all who comprise its community of citizens. Historical growth for Adath has been represented by a century of trial, commitment, and growth. It has been a century of start, retrench, and restart. Its development has continually been guided by a goal of providing spiritual guidance and cultural enlightenment. The factors of national growth, geographical readjustments, economic, political, and social history have all influenced in some degree the development of the synagogue, its leaders, and its followers. In a mere 50 years, Adath has been witness to much. The beginning amidst the frenzy of America's Industrial Revolution, the European-Asian migrations, the Transportation and Communications Revolution, the growth of America's cities, the human and inhuman revolutions, the years of peace, the years of Holocaust, and the years economically enriching and economically devastating. In all, Adath has grown. It has matured in influence. It has taken its place in the community as an institution, as a symbol of that which is right, of that which is just, and of that which is good. Adath has for a century been, and continues to be, a synagogue of doers, not a synagogue of dreamers. It is a synagogue of people who do things rather than merely talk about things. A century of growth for Adath Jeshurun has been a century of activity, both physically and intellectually. Literally, its existence has been the result of its congregants' actions rather than only its congregants' contemplation for action. The worth of Adath continues to be a direct outgrowth of its congregants' good deeds. Of special remembrance are those who have led and today lead our congregation. Their insight into the spiritual, their sense of the humble, their touch of goodness truly mark them as special. Each one, in their own way, through their personalities and genuine sincerity, have influenced the lives of their congregants. For some, these people may be likened to the individual in the verse, "I think to have known one good man who, through the chances and mischances of life, has carried his heart in his hand like a palm branch, waving all discords into peace, helps our faith in God, in ourselves, and in each other, more than many sermons." The people of Adath Jeshurun are a people given to enthusiasm. They are individually diverse, and yet, in common cause, they are one. Many are the definitions to symbolize who they are. They are a people steeped in tradition, reverent in faith, and adaptive in life. They are a people tempered in conviction and tempered in compassion. They are a people of education, of thought, of reason, and of love. They are a people principled in goodness and determination, blended with optimism and reality. They are a people who, through their synagogue, give remembrance to the value of time, the pleasure of work, the dignity of simplicity, the worth of character, the power of kindness, the influence of example, the obligation to duty, the wisdom of thought, and the virtue of goodness.
sunshine above. Hallelujah, the bells will go ringing, yes, ringing from dawn till night. Hallelujah. Sounds of love. Hallelujah, the sunshine above. Hallelujah, the bells will go ringing, yes, ringing from dawn till night. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hand in hand. Hallelujah, all over the land. Hallelujah, let's drive from the start and sing it with our hearts. Hallelujah, hallelujah, sing the song. Hallelujah, we'll follow along. Hallelujah.
In this, the century of Adath, it is right that we pause to remember its history, its heritage, and its people. So come, let us rejoice. Let us praise our God and the miracle of our lives together. Let us sing out the Shehechionim and give thanks for the wonder of having reached this moment.
Adon olam asher bara b'terem kol yitzir nivra lehet nasa v'chefzo kol asay me'er shemo nikra. Adon olam asher bara b'terem kol yitzir ביצרה